Okay. So, back when my son was a baby, like pretty small, I had a friend come over and we're sitting there and I had some kids show going on. I think it was VeggieTales. And we're just sitting there. And of course, before I knew it, I'm sitting there and I'm like singing with the song. You know, I'm like, broccoli, celery, gotta be VeggieTales. And I'm like getting into it. You know, I'm snapping my fingers, I'm bopping my head, you know, totally oblivious to the fact that my girlfriend was like staring at me like with her mouth open. And then I look over at her and she's like, okay, you seriously need like some adult time. Like you need to be watching like a good grown-up movie. Like you're singing the words to this song, girl. Like how many times have you watched this? And I'm like, girl, let me tell you, when you have a 6, 9-month-old, 1-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old, you're watching kids shows. I mean, it is unavoidable. I mean, especially when you're having one of those days that you have so much crap to get done. Like your laundry is piled up to the ceiling. You've got dishes that are just overflowing your sink and just covering everything. And you're like, I've got to get my shit together and get this done. But then you've got that 6-month-old, 1-year-old toddler, however old they are, pulling at your pant like, mommy, come play with me, mommy, juicy cup, mommy, come here. And you're like, I have to get this done, sweetie. Like, and it's not going to happen. If you don't have some form of entertainment or some type of distraction for them, guess what, chickie? You ain't getting anything done that day. Your husband's going to walk in the door and he's going to be like, oh my God, a hurricane went off. Like, what happened? What did you do all day? I have had my husband come home and seriously look at me and be like, woman, what did you do all day? And I looked at him and I'm like, I tried. I swear to God, I tried my hardest, but I couldn't get anything done. So guess what? I started that process and I was like, you know what? If I have to sit there and watch VeggieTales for the umpteenth time, or if I have to put on Wreck-It Ralph for the bazillionth time in the same day, like some days, I'm not even kidding you, I have literally sat there and played the exact same movie over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, because with my son, he's 4, he watches a movie, and if he loves it, he wants to watch it like 7 times a day. He just wants to sit there and watch the same movie over and over again. He's like, oh my God, Mom, I love this movie. I love this movie. Play it again, play it again, play it again. So it's only natural that I'm going to get to the point where I know those words to that theme song and I'm sitting there and I'm singing it over and over and over again. I mean, I've done it at the doctor's office. You're sitting there waiting for your turn and they have that TV there that's playing some kid's show. And for me, I'll be sitting there and Chuck will come on and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know this song, you know. Let's go, me and you, all around and through. Trucks go see and do, so let's go, me and you. And I'm sitting there and I'm literally mouthing the words, jamming. And there's other people sitting there and they're looking at me like, so you know this theme song. Like, how many times have you been watching this? As an adult woman, how many times have you watched this? And I'm like, my son loves this show, and if it means that I can get some crap done around my house that looks like a hurricane ran through it, then so be it. I'll have this tune running through my brain all week, and you know what? It's a small price to pay. Yes, it gets annoying when I turn on Netflix or a DVD or something, and he's like, oh my gosh, Mom, that one, and I'm like, really? How many times have you watched Oscar's Oasis, boy? Like, seriously, dude, you've watched this like 20,000 million times. You have to know these all by heart, at least. And he's like, no, come on, let's watch them. And there are those shows like Oscar's Oasis that only have like 1 season, and they'll have like 10 shows or 15 shows. And he literally watches them all the way through to the last show and then starts all over again. And I'm like, oh my God, like you're going to sit here and watch this all over again when you have seen this a bazillion times. And really, like, that's entertaining for you? Like, Seriously? And my daughter, oh my gosh, don't get me started on my daughter. She loves any and every single Disney movie possible. Like the opening where it's the castle and it's like, you know, she flips out every time she sees a Disney movie. Like, she loves it. She loves it so much. And like Tangled, loves that movie. She'll get up and the minute she starts singing, the minute Rapunzel slides down her little, you know, trail of hair and it's like 7 a.m. the usual morning lineup. Start the chores and sweep till the floor's all clean. She's like down on the floor spinning and doing twirls and swinging her arms. And like the woman that I am, I sit there and I start singing right along with the theme song because, hello, I've seen the movie like a million times. I know it by heart. And okay, I'm a diehard Disney girl. But ladies, let me tell you, don't feel bad if you're sitting there in the middle of the grocery store and you've got that kids theme song popping through your head for the bazillionth time and you start subconsciously singing the words. We all do it. And to those people that walk by you and look at you like, God, she's weird, you can just be like, you know what? If you don't have kids, you're not going to get it. So whatever. You can judge me. I don't care. Because I have kids. So you don't get it. So whatever. You have no room to talk, woman. If you don't have kids, you can't look at me like that and think that I'm going to give a crap what you think because you haven't been there. I told my girlfriend, I love her to death. She's adorable. But I told her, I was like, you know what, Chickie? However many years down the road, when you have kids, she was like, you mean if I have kids? And I'm like, hey, when you have kids, I'm going to come over to your house. I'm going to walk in that door, and when I see you sitting there watching that kids show and you're like absentmindedly humming it to yourself, I'm going to look at you and I'm going to be like, it's your turn.